What's that? Let's see what happens. Retouch, higher, highlight video. I don't want to do that. Green screen, don't want to do that. I just want to mirror the camera. Oh well. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tuesday. You know what that means, baby. And if you don't know, well, now you know. Hey, what's going on, Chimera? What is up? My name is JCal, and I am about to sneeze. Bless me. Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? How you doing? What the he? Thank you, Chimera. I'm doing good, man. I just got out of the, well, not just. I got out of the gym. Tuesdays are my gym days. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and either Saturday or Sunday. So I spent some time in the gym today, and that's always great. I love getting in that workout before I go live. It helps get the juices flowing, the creative energy in my brains. We're about to go live on TikTok as well. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, Michael. I really, that was such a blast. I wasn't expecting to get that opportunity. It was, looking like Lesnar. No, not Lesnar. It was an opportunity I wasn't expecting, getting to speak to Joe. I mean, we talked about it, not Joe and I, but the people throwing on that wrestling event, the IZW. I spoke to people at that event, and they were like, "Yeah, it's all game day situation. If Joe wants to do it, he'll do it, and if he doesn't, so what?" And I'm like, "All right, well, I'll take what I could get." So I got what I could take, and I was definitely happy with the results. I would have loved to have, like an hour with Joe, but like that just wasn't it right now. Hey, Anki, what's going on? What your position right now? What do you mean, Alex? Your position? Oh, I look like Lesnar in that position? You're the first person that ever said that I look like Lesnar. But I'll take it. All right, getting ready to go live here. I mean, we're live here, but getting ready to go live here. I don't understand what you said, KTO. But I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is Jake Cal. It's very nice to meet you. If this is your first time checking me out here on YouTube, I also stream on TikTok as well. I am a citizen of the United States. I speak English. I I pretend like I speak Spanish sometimes, but I'm not very good at it. What else do you want to know about me? What else? I could tell you all kinds of things. Bro, let's play the song right now. I don't have it queued up. I'm sorry, Alex. I can't play that for you. I don't have anything queued up. But I am now officially live on 2 platforms. We're live on YouTube and we're now live on TikTok. And that's always fun, going live on TikTok. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. My name is Jay Cal. I represent the Alliance blog. As you can see back here, although it is in reverse, the Alliance is the brand. And yeah, I didn't do any promotional video. So TikTok, Alex, TikTok is an app in the United States. Well, it's in a lot of countries. I'm not sure what country you're in, but it's I'm super duper friendly. Well, thank you, Chimera. I try to be. Oh, Alex, what country are you from? Omar, my neck is great. Thanks for asking. Windy City Punk, what is up? Thanks for jumping in, or I guess you're already gone. All right, well, hey, c'est la vie, right? C'est la vie. Oh, there you are, Windy City Punk. You're back. Foxy's in the chat. What's up, Foxy? Look at that. I'm getting so close to hitting that 5,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Yeah, Omar, I am a big fan of pro wrestling. Feliciano, ¿qué pasa? I don't know if you speak Spanish, so I don't know. That might have been a wasted. Oh, thanks for the follow, Jay from. Yeah, I'm a big fan of pro wrestling. In fact, on Tuesdays, I come on to these platforms to talk pro wrestling. I'm a huge fan of pro wrestling, have been since I was a wee lad. And I watch almost everything. I have a pretty good grasp on the state of pro wrestling in the country. Feliciano, qué buena. ¿Tú entiendes mi español? Soto! My guy Soto, 619. He's loading up. Oh, you guys are, you're a big fan of wrestling too. Yeah. And I live in the United States. Soto says he Nintendo's my Espanol. Perfect. Foxy, thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Soto and I are going to talk a little bit about blah, 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 blah. I can't talk anymore all of a sudden. I forgot how to speak. Soto619 is a legitimate friend I made through TikTok. We have been to multiple wrestling events together, most of which have taken place south of the border, down in Tijuana, Mexico, where we've watched The Crash and AAA Lucha Libre. Both of us have an affinity for lucha as well as pro wrestling. Soto has a great channel. You guys can follow him on YouTube as well, Soto619. If you are a fan of the WWE, you got to check out Soto's content. He recaps every Monday Night Raw and every SmackDown, as well as the PLEs. Windy City Punk says Becky Lynch should study New York law, especially when posting about NYSAC. Windy City Punk, I apologize because I'm lost on what that is in reference to. The New York State Athletic Commission? Is that? Oh, I figured it out. I'm a smarty. Even Omar's been watching since Kurt Angle was the world heavyweight champion in 2006. That's a good chunk. That's 11. That's 21. 19 years. I can do math. I really can. What's up, Brandon? How are you? Maxine Dupree. Yeah, Maxine Dupree won the Intercontinental Championship last night. Kind of a shocker to me. I honestly didn't think she was going to win the title last night. And on the last 2 episodes of Raw, we've seen multiple titles change hand. The tag titles changed hand not too long ago. The IC title just changed hands last week. And then this week we saw Maxine Dupree win the title. Oh, and then the Kabuki Warriors won the tag titles not too long ago as well. Omar said, "Are you excited for War Games?" I am excited for War Games. I won't be able to watch War Games. I will be on a cruise ship. Patrick, I'm gonna ask that question. I promise I will. Whoa, let me try that again. Patrick, I'm gonna answer that question, but let's talk about it after. Let's talk about that in the 2 o'clock hour, because this is kind of like all wrestling. I would like to keep all the NWA content to that second hour. I hope you'll still be here when I'm doing that. Soto!
I have to edit this because, oh, actually, I can hear myself.
Oh, well, that's because my headphones didn't connect the way they were supposed to. That's awesome. You don't know until, like, someone else talks in your live, and then you realize... All right, say something, Soto. My headphones don't want to participate. This is so dumb. It makes me angry. How about now? So I can hear you, but I have to use the lesser feature, and it sucks. What is being weird? Yeah, Foxy. Something about the TikTok Studio on the PC. I don't know. It makes it a little bit more difficult. Chiefs, what's going on? See, and see, Foxy, I think that's because of my headphones are whack. It's not the headphones. The headphones are good. It's just for whatever reason it doesn't want to connect to my speaker the right way. See, and if I change it, then I can't hear you. One of these days we'll have this all ready to go when we go live, and it'll be perfect. It just, I don't know when it'll happen. It's not today, that's for sure. Ben, what's up, Ben? Haven't seen Ben in a live in a while. What's going on? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it looks good on my end, but yeah, let's do that. If you need a drop, I'll pick you back up in a minute. I think if I do this, and nope. All right. See you in a minute. Ron Jeremy, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna take your advice, Foxy. Ben, I apologize. I never try to neglect anybody, but seemingly I do. I am not a pro wrestler, just a big fan. I've been talking about wrestling for a very long time. All right, I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect it. Okay. I hope you're doing well, little Ron Jeremy. I love the name. I feel weird saying it. You and Soto. What does HN mean, Chiefs? Foxy, I took your advice. I won't know if it actually worked. Wait, I could try this. Wait, hold on. Wait, I could try this. Let's see. Little Raw Jeremy, it's fine. It's all good. All right, let me try this. If I play the audio, maybe that will let me know if it worked or not. It's not working. There it is. All right, we got it. Is that the NWA UK belt behind you? Yeah. So this is the NWA Hammerlock Championship. That title was the premier title that connected the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Canada together. And in fact, that title belt was not this one. This is a replica, but the original NWA UK title was held by Fergal Devitt, aka Finn Balor, Carl the Machine Gun Anderson, Alex Kozlov, who, unless you followed New Japan in 2006, 2007, 2008, you probably don't know who that is. But yeah, it has a special place in my heart because when the NWA promoter in Los Angeles, they used to run in Santa Monica, they did not have their own title yet. So they brought in Finn Balor, who was Fergal Devitt, who was the British Commonwealth Championship, and that title was used as their main title in Santa Monica, California, the British Commonwealth title. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Foxy, thank you for letting me know that it sounds good. I think we're good. I think just one more test. Yep. All right, we're good. Oh, my bad. TJ, it's a gag. Don't take it serious. I have fun with it. If you guys call me Kevin Owens, I crash out for engagement. I crash out for content. It's just for fun. I don't take anything too seriously. The UK and US. Yeah. Well, so like when it comes to historically, right, the Commonwealth Championship should still apply. Thank you for the follow. It should apply to everybody, right? Like, because at some point, like, India was a part of the Commonwealth, Australia was part of the Commonwealth, the 13 original colonies were part of the Commonwealth, Canada was part of the Commonwealth. So when we had that British Commonwealth Championship, it should count for everything. So it theoretically wasn't wrong, but like, especially back then, Santa Monica has never been a part of the British Empire. So is Hammerlock still active? I don't know that they are. If they are, it's not the same way. TJ, he's gonna stunner. Yeah, I'm gonna crash out, brother. And it still didn't pop up right. You still came up as the floating head. If I hit you as a co-host, are you as a guest or as a co-host? Huh. Someone just joined your fan club. Would it make it? Would you feel better if I got rid of mine? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, brother. The camera, it feels like you're zoomed in. Oh, thanks for the goats, Jeremy. Foxy says maybe bring your camera back if you can. Windy City says just stand really far away, but they don't understand that like there is so many like in that room. If he flip the camera around, and he's not going to, but if you flip that camera around, you would see like statues and monuments to the Mysterio dynasty. We're talking like the Rey statue. They were working on the Dominic statue. There's still cobblestone that they're working on to really put that together. There was the original. Oh, they're doing the finger touch. Hey Ben, are you going to be at the AEW pay-per-view for Full Gear? I'm live on 2 platforms right now. I imagine they dropped the NWA name. I don't know, like Pete or not, sir. Can't talk anymore. Patrick, the NWA Hammerlock, it was running as Hammerlock for a while, but I know that there was after the WWE UK system, the NXT UK, a lot of those territories, a lot of those independent promotions in the UK just kind of fell off. So I know that there's IPW UK. I was at RevPro earlier this year, but Foxy said at least the audio is better. Well, that's true. The audio is better. I can hear you loud and clear now. Yeah. Well, and thank you, Foxy, because you're the one that suggested I disconnect and reconnect. So, well, but would it be better if I got rid of mine? I mean, I could come in bigger too. Like, whoop. Big Oos. Sup, Oos? I can't get to my tools to make it any different, but it is what it is. Thank you for the goats, Jeremy. Eric, I'm gonna call you Eric. I try, man. I've been called worse. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, that happened on Friday, but like, let's just humor me here for a minute because I did some research. So Matt Cardona, aka uh, uh, writer, what's oh gosh, Zach. I was like Eric Ryder. No, that's not right. Zach Ryder. Okay, so in the course of one calendar year, we're talking like today's November 18th. If we go back one calendar year to November 23rd, 2024, Matt Cardona has wrestled for GCW, WrestleCade, Wrestling Revolver. He appeared on AEW Rampage taking on Brian Keith, Fourth Rope Heels taking on Cha Cha Charlie, Chicago Style Wrestling, Ring of Honor, First Wrestling, Limitless Wrestling, House of Glory, Impact. He was in Qatar for QPW. He was in Canada for TTW. He worked Maple Leaf Pro. He was in Australia for WSW. He was in Canada for WPW. He's been in big promotions. He wrestled at for the international title on Impact. Did a lot of stuff with Impact. Did a lot of stuff with Maple Leaf Pro. Wrestled for Prestige. Did a lot of stuff with GCW. All of this to say that in the last calendar year, GCW, Impact, the National Wrestling Alliance, Game Changer Wrestling, the Juggalo Championship Wrestling, NXT, House of Glory. I mean, this guy has been everywhere. And then SmackDown, and the very next night he wrestled for Impact. How crazy is it to think about Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder being everywhere? That's just crazy to me. I did not see in the last calendar year, no. Since 1 year ago. I mean, I could see it. Like, I just look like he has wrestled. He wrestled in TJ back in February of last year for AAA. He teamed up with Marty Scurll, oh god, and Antifaz del Norte to take on Pentagon Jr., Octagon Jr., and Laredo Kid. But that was last year at the not the Crash, but AAA at the auditorium in Tijuana. He also wrestled on the Jericho Cruise. He's wrestled in Puerto Rico for World Wrestling Council. I mean, we're talking. This is like 2 years now, but MLW again, a lot of like everywhere. I mean, you could throw a dart at a dartboard with wrestling promotions on it, and he's probably wrestled there. It's crazy. I just thought it was worth mentioning. Well, and what's interesting about it too is like, so the WWE kind of created this universe, right, where the WWE through NXT has a relationship with TNA. In TNA, he is Matt Cardona, and NXT, he was Matt Cardona. In his early WWE run, his last WWE run, he was Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder competed in NXT. Zack Ryder also competed on SmackDown on Friday night. So in the WWE universe, there are two characters played by Matt Cardona and Zack Ryder. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. Yeah, I mean, yes, but I like that's a little bit different to me because of the fact that Cardona is not under contract right now. Like his appearances in the WWE are all one-offs. You know, like when he showed up for NXT, it was literally just a one-off. There's no guarantee he'll be back there next time. Windy City Punk said he has variants. What is this, Marvel? It kind of is. Kind of is. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there are some talents that are out there that it would be very cool to see. But at the same time, too, like this whole WWE master farm system, they're literally recruiting talents out of college for the next in line program. Then they have the WWE ID program, which is kind of like earmarking indie talent to work WWE shows down the road. Then they have the Legends and Future Greats show on A&E. Then they have Evolve, and then after all that, then they have NXT and now AAA, and they're partnering so closely with TNA Wrestling. It's like there's a pipeline that goes like 6 different ways to get to the WWE main roster. Son of a bitch. I am not Kevin. Wait, hold on. Wait. I am not Kevin Owens. My name is J Cal from TheAllianceBlog, and I talk pro wrestling with Soto, and he still thinks I'm Kevin Owens. Crashing out over here. What are you talking about? Oh, I did say a bunch of bad words, so maybe that's what happened. Eric said, "Is Cardona and Knight going to be a team? And honestly, is that going to work?" Knight Rider? Only if they come out to the theme music from Knight Rider. That'd be dope. Dun 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 dun. All right, I'm done. Do you feel like the WWE should have put Ryder and Ziggler over in those matches? Yeah, Stardust just called me KO too. Thanks, Stardust. Uh, I feel like the tournament I feel like was the wrong way to go. I think if they would have went battle royal to crown like a number one contender, or excuse me, not number one contender for the last opponent for John Cena, I feel like you could have had all these surprises, and then like you could have had like the same result could have happened, right? Like because at this point, and I guess you and I haven't talked about it, but it's gonna be Gunther, right? Gunther's gonna be the guy to take on Cena, right? Like that's Cena's last opponent, right? I, maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Well, Cristo points out that Dom got the Survivor Series match, so that's kind of like the big one, I think, more than anything else. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm following what you're putting down. I just fixed my light feels my because the camera's so zoomed in, it like the lighting looks weird. I'm like, man, I look like a ghost, and I'm just trying to get some more light in here so I don't look so bad. We were talking of Gunther, Walter. Yeah. Ooh. I think if Gunther was the man to retire Goldberg and to retire John Cena and to retire AJ Styles, man, that's really putting a lot of stock into Gunther. And you know, he needs it because he's not holding the world title right now. And it, with all due respect, it doesn't look like he's going to be in title contention anytime soon. That's not to say like maybe before WrestleMania, but at least for the next couple of weeks, months, I don't think he will be in a title, you know, world title match. So for him to have those kind of accolades to balance himself off and saying, yes, I retired Goldberg. Yes, I retired John Cena. And AJ, I'm coming for you, sucker. You know, I think that's pretty, you like that, don't you? I think that's pretty telling of what they think about him. You know, speaking of Dom was on ESPN's, what is the show called? I think First Take. I don't watch a lot of ESPN, but they really, you know, what does that mean that Dominic Mysterio is literally on ESPN with the AAA Mega Championship, and the host is putting over how Cody has put over Dominic? I mean, that's saying a lot about that guy for sure. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they're ready for that yet. I don't know if he's ready for it. I don't know if the WWE is ready for it. Windy City Punk said, "Which dad, Eddie or Ray?" Uh, yeah, I mean it's hard to tell, especially with look, you have to take into consideration what Dominic has done in such a short amount of time. As he was saying on that video that I sent you, uh, you know, when he debuted for the WWE, it was during the COVID era, so like he wasn't wrestling in front of an audience, and now he gets shit. That's true. Dominic Mysterio did debut back in 2005. Uh, yeah, it only took him 15 years. Yeah, that's okay. That's fair. But when he broke into the actual in-ring competition, not just part of the show, but actually competing in the ring, it was at a time where there was no audience. And you got to think, man, that's got to be hard for a young talent to adapt to. And the fact that he has adapted so well when it came from, you know, being, you know, his father's son, being his tag team partner, to turning on his pops, joining Judgment Day, going to prison, you know, becoming you know, Reyes, what did she, their Dirty Dom, I guess that's what she called him. And he's evolved from there to like Liv's boyfriend, to the Mega Championship, North American Championship, Intercontinental Championship. I mean, the guy has really done a lot in a very short amount of time. Yeah. War games. There is no benefit for John Cena to retire as Intercontinental Champion. A lot of people were like, "Hey, man, John Cena should have never taken the belt off of him." I've disagreed since they mentioned it. John Cena winning that title is a feel good moment for John Cena. It pads the resume. It gives him that excellent Grand Slam champion of the WWE. He's done what probably nobody else will ever do. So Dominic Mysterio losing to the title to John Cena, I don't think is an insult. I don't think that is a negative pock on Dominic at all, especially if he has an opportunity to wrestle for that title again and perhaps beat John Cena at Survivor Series for that Intercontinental Championship. He won it at WrestleMania in a four-way. What better way to solidify his claim to being the greatest Mysterio of all time than beating John Cena for that Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series, at Petco Field, in his hometown, with you Soto, you in the audience. War Games. They're saying on YouTube that I look like Kevin Owens. They can't hear you on YouTube. I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is JCal. I'm from the Alliance blog. Anyways. All right. I think you will. Real quick, the stopper just came into my chat, called me. You know what he called me? You know what the stopper just called me on my chat? Called me Kevin. The stopper, you just made the list. Can't be coming into my chat calling me Kevin Owens. What do I look like? Kevin Owens? That would be great. I feel like Liv Morgan has been missing from the sauce. Liv Morgan, I feel, is super talented, and with the way that the women's division is set up right now, I mean, you've got the Kabuki Warriors at Survivor Series. Kabuki Warriors teaming with Lash Legend and Nia Jax to take on, so far, what we just know is Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. They still need, I think, a fourth partner to add to that. So where does Liv fit into all that? Really, there's not an opportunity for her. We know that, Maxine Dupree just won the Intercontinental Championship. We know that Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vacour will probably have a title match at Survivor Series. We'll probably see Jade Cargill defend her title at Survivor Series, maybe. But where does Liv Morgan fit into any of that? Like, nowhere. So if they brought her back to help her daddy Dom win the match, I mean, I think that's would be a very successful tool. You know, like, look, a win against John Cena by hook or by crook is still a victory, but, you know, John Cena losing because Liv Morgan interfered does not hurt his career whatsoever at all. Son of a bitch. I'm not Kevin Owens, guys. My name is JCal. I'm JCal. I do have a list. You don't watch out, you'll be on the list. Your name is on the list because you called me Kevin Owens. I'm not Kevin Owens. My name is JCal. EG just made the list. Liv. I think it's going to happen soon. Well, what if they flipped it the other way and went with Raquel? Okay. Well, the reason why I like Raquel in that role is because if they're gonna pay homage to Eddie and the Latino Heat, then he needs a China. Now, Rhea Ripley doesn't make sense anymore. Rhea Ripley doesn't need Dominic, and honestly, Dominic doesn't need Rhea Ripley, and that's not an insult to either one of them. It's just Rhea is bigger now. She's beyond that. So somebody like Raquel, who is extremely talented, and let's face it, she's a body, a bigger body in the women's division. I feel like she could fit that role a little bit better, just for the eye test, just for the eye test. Or what I would like, and maybe I'm wrong here, but why not just split those three off from Judgment Day? And it would be Dominic, Roxanne, and Raquel. Continuity. Yeah. 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 You want that explanation. Yeah. The other thing that they talked about on ESPN today was the fact that the Judgment Day kind of interacted with the football players in the front row. And like I feel like there's so much opportunity for them to go these different parts, but Dominic being a part of Judgment Day gives him options. It honestly, and I hate to say it because I love Finn Balor a lot. I really like Finn Balor. He's one of my favorites in the WWE right now. But I feel like without Dominic Mysterio, how relevant is Finn Balor in 2025? Yeah, yeah. Real quick, I got to shout out a few people real quick. First of all, Jose Lopez, I am not Kevin Owens. And then Cameron, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. All right, let's go. Yeah. Maybe I still think we need a solid run with the demon. I think we need to see Finn Balor's demon return before he calls it a career. There was that character was so exciting in NXT, and it had its time in the WWE, and then they just yanked it once he joined Judgment Day, and we no longer see the demon. And I felt like that was such an a great character for them, and I feel like could have been so much more. And I get it. Like, let's be honest, Balor's probably genuinely like a junior heavyweight, but the demon made him seem like a larger than life entity, similar to the spiritual powers that way bright. Jeez, I can't talk anymore. Bray Wyatt used to have, similar to the Undertaker, that mythological cosmic power that just made these talents like larger than life. And I think that would have been a great idea. Now, corrupted AAA in the chat says he said he's done with it. He has makeup issues, and maybe that's true, and maybe that's why he stopped doing it. But I still feel like it was a missed opportunity if that's not the case. Okay, any context with that, or yeah? Do you remember Dale Tolberg, the demon in WCW, the Kiss demon? Should bring him back. I'm kidding. Oh, thanks for the heart meet, Double D. Appreciate you, sir. I did mispronounce Bray Wyatt's name 3 times, so maybe that's all it takes to get glitched out, you know? Well, I mean, she's correct. She is correct. AJ Lee is not a manager. What did she have any business being down at that match for? Um, but with that being said, like, she wasn't a manager. She literally was a distraction. She literally came down to put the bolts and nuts and screws to Becky. And shame on Becky for taking that competitive edge off and losing focus in the match. That's on the man. That's not on AJ Lee. If you're in that ring, you need to be focused on what's happening inside that ring. Too often we've seen people come out and distract people and they end up losing matches. Well, sorry, Becky. You need to get your S together when you're in the ring. And if you're in the match for that title, whether it's Maxine Dupree, Natty Neidhart, Chelsea Green, or whoever, you got to be prepared to go until you pin their shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3. And she let herself get distracted. She deserved to lose that title. Yeah, that was. I honestly didn't expect her to lose the title at all. But I also didn't expect AJ Lee to show up. I mean, oh, you did? To Maxine? So then how did you expect her to win the title if not through a pinfall? Did you expect her to make the man tap out? Yeah. But a title only changes hand for through pinfall or submission. Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. That that would have been interesting, but I feel like if you do that, now you set up a precedent where who are we feuding with? Is it Maxine Dupree feuding with Becky, or is it the referee now feuding with Becky Lynch? Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Well, and I feel like the idea too is to get Becky out of the Intercontinental title division again. As I mentioned for John Cena, John Cena taking a loss to Dominic Mysterio on the way out is not going to hurt Dominic Mysterio, or it's not going to hurt John Cena at all. Same thing with Becky Lynch. She's a made wrestler in the WWE. She's one of the biggest stars. Her losing to Maxine Dupree for the Intercontinental title is not going to sandbag her career in any way. If anything, it just kind of clears a path that now maybe she will be the next wrestler to challenge Stephanie McClure, or maybe she'll be the wrestler to challenge Jade Cargill. I mean, that now the path is open. She doesn't have anything holding her back anymore. The IC title is cool, but the IC title is still a mid card championship belt, and we're talking about Becky Lynch, the man, the first woman to main event WrestleMania. I feel like she's the one that needs to be done with the IC title. And somebody like Maxine Dupree, that IC title means everything to her. Yeah, yeah. Windy City Punk said mid card title for mid card wrestler like Rebecca. Ouch! Stiff. Wait, she worked at Hooters? I mean, probably. But I didn't know she was from San Diego. I know that when Brie Bella and wait, Brie is married to Bryan Danielson, right? So when Brie Bella came back to the WWE a couple years ago when she was wrestling, they were actually training at SoCal Pro, same place where Matthias trained to get some of the ring rust off before she re-debuted for the WWE. Yeah, Arizona. I think that might be right. Braden said Arizona. She's from Arizona, so I'm not. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, yeah. Of course, San Diego is where it's at. You grow up there. You live there. I drive through it every time I go to TJ. But I like the idea that we are getting some hometown heroes to represent when they're at that event, Survivor Series. It's going to be taking place at Petco Field, which is a beautiful ballpark. What did I call it? Well, all right, whatever. Well, it's got to be Stephanie McCurr, right? Like, if anyone thinks Nikki Bella is going to beat Stephanie McCurr, like, look, stranger things have happened, but I think it'd be crazy, crazy if Nikki Bella beat Stephanie McCurr. I think Stephanie is still establishing her name and still establishing her brand within the WWE. Of course, she had a great run in NXT, holding both titles at one point. But I feel like if she were to lose to Nikki Bella, that could really hurt her upward projections, right? Like when you look at somebody like, for example, Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton had to beat some pretty good talent to be champion and to hold on to that title. If she were to have lost that title to a Bella early on, it would have hurt all of her forward momentum. And I see the same thing now with Stephanie McCurr. She is not so far established that taking a loss to somebody like Stephanie McCurr, I mean, taking a loss to Nikki Bella wouldn't hurt her forward projections. If she were to lose to somebody like Rhea Ripley, I don't think any of us would think twice about it. If she were to lose to Io Sky, again, that's a very talented individual. If she beat her, that makes sense. But Nikki Bella was never a great wrestler to begin with, and she was kind of what closed out that Divas era of the WWE. I know she was, held in high regard, but let's be honest, she's not a very good wrestler. If Stephanie McCurr were to take the loss to Nikki Bella, I think that hurts Stephanie McCurr. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes all the sense. You know, the most famous Paul Heyman guy over the last 2 decades has been Brock Lesnar, and I feel like there's been some things with Roman Reigns and all that, but at the end of the day, Lesnar's been a Paul Heyman guy, so him being that backup, that fifth guy for War Games makes a lot of sense. On the flip side, Roman siding with his cousin and Cody, they've worked together before, so it doesn't shock me either. And it feels like those are both like when you look at a chessboard, right? The most powerful piece on the board is that queen because the queen can go anywhere. And I feel like if you're gonna have Brock Lesnar on that chessboard, you need something to counteract it. And I don't know that there's anyone more capable of counteracting Brock Lesnar than Roman Reigns. I feel like that was the ultimate chess move if we're talking chess. I mean, it just makes a lot of sense. Hmm. I mean, Drew McIntyre seems like the most logical explanation because Drew McIntyre took the title off of him, no? Like eliminated him from the Rumble, I should say. So I feel like that carries some weight. But in all honesty, I think Braun Breaker is a young dude, but he has so much potential to be the next big thing in the WWE. And no pun intended, I feel like Brock Lesnar was that role. Brock Lesnar was the next big thing for many, many years. So for those two to collide head on would make a lot of sense to me. And whether it be Brock Lesnar as babyface or Brock Lesnar as heel and Braun Breaker turn babyface, I think that would be a very big time matchup. And it would be ultimately, if Braun Breaker were to beat Brock Lesnar, that would be big business for the WWE. Like huge. Well, I mean, I don't like it. I didn't like the tournament so far. The whole, lottery to see who gets to wrestle who. Um, I feel like, to me, so far, I would have rather seen Miz and John Cena. I would have rather seen John Cena and Dolph Ziggler. I would have rather seen John Cena and Matt Cardona than anybody else so far in the tournament. Love LA Knight. You know I love LA Knight. You hate LA Knight. LA Knight doesn't need to be the guy to beat John Cena. Gunther Gunther really doesn't need to be the guy to beat John Cena to move on. I do like the fact that they've brought in some outside faces. I never once anticipated Adam Copeland being a part of this because Edge is still under contract with AEW as far as I know, unless something's changed. And also, I never really expected Chris Jericho. I think if you're going to bring Jericho back, Jericho should come back at a Royal Rumble. That's where I think he would have the biggest impact and pop the crowd the loudest. They did a great job of bringing in Cardona and Nemeth to pop the crowd, obviously. But I just feel like it's a missed opportunity by not having those guys get in the ring with Cena one last time. And I'll be honest, like I feel like the WWE really has they they messed up. There was better ways to do John Cena's retirement tour, and I feel like instead of having a lot of inconsequential matches that we've had over the last year, like he should have been wrestling these guys for the last year. I feel mostly bad for Miz because Miz did have that feud with Cena for that title, and it was meaningful and it meant something. And he didn't even advance in the second round. And I didn't really expect the TNA guys to get an opportunity to wrestle John Cena at that big match. Of course, they came over to put over the young guys. This whole tournament should have either been about giving us another John Cena moment or putting over some young guys, and to that Dominic Mysterio, to that Logan Paul, to that Javon from last night. I mean, any one of these guys should have had this opportunity to be the last guy to wrestle John Cena. I feel like that would have been the best way to put him over. Look, John Cena's first match in the WWE on, as John Cena was against Kurt Angle. And it was an open challenge match, and that match defied his career. That launched him into the WWE universe. I don't feel like anyone is getting that kind of rub by beating John Cena at this point. There's nobody on the roster there's nobody on the WWE roster that on Raw, SmackDown who is going to get the same rub that Kurt Angle gave John Cena in that matchup. And I feel like that should have been what should have happened. It should have been someone that was going to get launched to the next level. Claudio Castagnoli. I mean, I would. Okay, so something about me that you might not know is Claudio Castagnoli is one of my favorite wrestlers, but I feel he's still under contract for a while. I mean, I don't think he's a free agent. I don't think he can just come to the WWE because he wants to. I think he's still under the AEW deal for a while, so I don't see it being him. Although that would be amazing if it was, and what storytelling if it was, right? Like if Claudio was the guy to come out and beat John Cena, how fitting would that be? But at the same time, it's like I just don't think that they're gonna bring an AEW guy in for a one spot and do that. Like it'd be incredible if they did, but I don't see that happening. They wouldn't even allow Ric Flair, or excuse me, they wouldn't even allow when Sting retired. They wouldn't let a lot of they wouldn't let any of the WWE guys go to help Sting retire. I don't see them doing any favors for the WWE. Like, why would you give your competition that opportunity? You know, Double D in the chat said Devin, or excuse me, he said that Big Show returning. I mean, I think you have a better opportunity to see Big Show returning than you would Claudio coming into the system. Another guy, and he said he wouldn't, but like Mark Henry is a guy that I kept thinking about too, because they had such a big moment as well. But I don't know, man. I don't see anybody who is currently under AEW contract coming to the WWE. My chat keeps saying Kevin Owens. There's at least 3 people who've said Kevin Owens, and if he was healthy, hell yeah, that would be fun too. But I don't see him being healthy yet. If you say his name, will he appear? I don't think John Cena has the ego. I think John Cena is more than willing to do the job. I don't think he has a problem putting over. Like, look, he put over Lesnar. Remember, like when he faced Lesnar and Lesnar just beat the crap out of him in a couple of minutes. Like, there is no ego with John Cena. He will do what's best for business, and what's best for business is for him doing the job cleanly. And if he taps out a hero, and nobody's gonna think, "Oh man, what a loser! You tapped out." If he goes out on his back, I could see that happening. If he goes out tapping out, I could see that happening. And if he never quit, and like the shirt says, never quit. I think he would. I think that would be all right too. But I just feel like when he's done, he's done. He's not coming back for another match, so it doesn't matter. He'll go out in a losing effort the way he should go out, by putting somebody else over, and he'll probably do it in a way that'll make Goldberg look like a fucking moron. Yeah, and maybe that's it too. Like, look, I think the Hall of Fame is where we're gonna see John Cena call it a career. And I feel like that is the best place for him. He's a first ballot, right? Like the first opportunity they have to put him in the Hall of Fame, maybe even in 26 for the WrestleMania, I think makes a lot of sense. Um, the guy's done so much for the WWE. We can't talk about him as an industry, but as a WWE wrestler, he's done everything. Literally, we've seen it. He's done everything. So now it's a time to put him in the Hall of Fame, put him in as soon as possible, celebrate him as long as you can, because I think when he's finally done, I don't think we'll see him after he gets into the Hall of Fame. I think that's it. Yeah. You have to wear sunglasses. Yeah. Yeah. The first time I saw John Cena wrestle was back in like 2000 for UPW. He was the prototype, and just it like him and Samoa Joe have a special place in my heart because when I started watching independent wrestling, those were two of the big names that I liked. I was like, oh, this guy's great. Can't wait to see this guy go to the WWE. Can't wait to see Samoa Joe go to the WWE. They had very different paths, but you have to celebrate everything John Cena because, again, went against the grain, man, and didn't just show up, but showed out too. And let's take into consideration anything he did in the ring, what he did as a person, as a human being, the Make a Wish Foundation, like that dude gave so much to this industry, gave so much to the WWE, gave so much to pro wrestling. There'll never be another John Cena. Son of a bitch. Of Kevin Owens? Jake Cal of Kevin Owens. That's going on the resume. Yeah. I'll see you guys on YouTube in a few minutes. We're supposed to be live already. We're late to the